A crime becoming more common in our area creates complications when it comes to bringing cases to court.
That's because sometimes the people being victimized don't realize their situation. This week's State Line Strong highlights a case in Rock County investigators believe is only the tip of the iceberg.
It's just sad because they're wonderful, wonderful people.
Detective Amber Davies has been with Beloit Police her entire law enforcement career. She's handled a lot of tough cases, going from patrol to child abuse investigating. Her focus has shifted to a growing problem.
Trafficking is one that recently is new. I mean, it's always been out there, I think, but the way that our law has made it, now it's actually like people see it differently.
Detective Davies just wrapped up her first trafficking case, the first, in fact, to go to a jury in Rock County. We shared the end result with you in October. 41-year-old Aim Curry was found guilty of several charges, including human trafficking and keeping a place of prostitution. Davies says investigating a case like this is tough.
These are difficult because usually your victim's not calling you saying, I'm trafficked. You find it, you work with them, you put it in their heads, you explain the law to them, and then they realize, oh my God, I'm being trafficked.
Many of the women involved in trafficking start out as prostitutes. According to Detective Davies, that can make it less likely a jury would see them as victims.
They get into this, it's their choice, they're doing this, and it can be to an extent, but then when you have someone who's taking over their life by withholding drugs or giving them a place to stay, that is what we have to get rid of, that stigma. And realize that they are true victims, and somebody's got to help them.
Kelsey Hood Christensen works for Beloit's Family Services. She says trafficking presents unique challenges.
Domestic violence and sexual assault survivors come to us and say, I've been assaulted, I would like services. Trafficking survivors aren't necessarily the same way. It comes through a lot of our work with child protective services, identifying at-risk youth, or law enforcement, or other people recognizing signs.
Hood Christensen believes the community plays a key part in seeing the signs of someone being victimized.
If they don't have a consistent timeline of where they've been, or if they don't have their documentation with them, just different red flags that people may put off as like, this person doesn't know what's going on, or that actually may cue us into, wait, this might be a result of trafficking.
Detective Davies says there are a lot of pieces of the puzzle to put together to prosecute crimes like the Curry case.
Some people in the community think it's happening in other world countries or in big cities. It is, and it might look a little differently, but it's happening everywhere. I know this is not going to be the only case that I ever get. There's things about them that you can relate to. I mean, they're all human. They all could be your sister. You know what I mean? They could be your sister, your children.
Aim Curry will be sentenced in February. He could get 75 years in prison. If you or someone you know may be in a trafficking situation, call police. You can also check out our links to survivor resources at mystateline.com under the State Line Strong tab.